like the 70s or maybe creeping 80s, but it's cool, it's nice. This was actually a little wooded area near the Lincoln Memorial. That I'm so not too far away from there. But what I want to talk about is that if you read a lot in the headlines on the news and about the economy, there's a lot evictions are starting to boom again. So landlords are trying to get rid of people again. And there was a national program that the Washington had, for rent grants, and that has slowed down. There's still a lot of that money around, but you have to dig for it. But more importantly, landlords want to raise rents because they could get more rent from you. So that's why there's a lot of landlords that are really trying to force people out. Eviction and all this kind, at least scare the hell out of you to get out of there, so they could, rent it to somebody else who's going to pay more than you can. And so that's why an easy way to do that is scare you with eviction. So now here, if that happens to you, you have to be armed. You have to the eviction is the law. So you have to learn the law where you are. But you don't have to learn it. You just have to get free legal help, which you can. So if you're worried about eviction, or you got a notice, or you may get a notice, go to this website. Go to just, J-U-S-T, and then shelter, SHELTER.org, O-R-G. Just, J-U-S-T, SHELTER.org. And you'll see they have a listing by state of free lawyers in every state that will help you fight your eviction notice, okay? They're using the law, interpreting it their way. You have to interpret it your way. And if you don't have a lawyer, you're not going to understand it well enough to get your rights. And most people that go to court even on eviction without a lawyer lose, and those that go with a lawyer win. So it's crazy not to use a lawyer. You think you know well enough or whatever. No, it's going to cost you money. Getting a free lawyer is going to make you money, and that's why these things are here. And if you don't know about them, if you don't take advantage of them, and you think you could survive through it, well, you're going to get on short end of the stick. Sure, you'll probably still be alive, but it's going to be a lot rougher, and people are going to take advantage of you. And that does not have to happen, because there's free. I mean, we live in a pretty good society where people are there to help you for free if you know where they are. But see, if you go looking for people who want to help you for free, and you're using Google, they're not there, because Google is for people who want to get money from you, because they advertise. And they want to find you by using Google because you want to get legal help, and you go to Google. And so everybody you're going to find there, the lawyers, are going to charge you. These lawyers don't charge you, so they can't afford to be on Google, because to find you on Google, Google wants you to pay them money. and that's not going to happen. They don't have money for that. So that's why you go to just, J-U-S-T, and then shelter, SHELTER.org. Okay. So that's the first thing you do. The next thing you do is there's a National Association of State Financial Housing Officers. I think the website, ncsha.org, ncsha.org. Sorry, I don't have my laptop here, but and it's really the National Association of State Housing Finance Officers. Now they have a directory of all the national programs at the state level. See, there's a national program that Washington set up to give people rent money so they're not evicted, and that is a national program, but it's given money locally. So there's offices in every state that give this national program. So to find out your national office, that is your local office for the national money, you go to that website, ncsha.org, ncsha.org, okay? Then you click on your state, there'll be a directory there, and it's for rent grants, and then you contact your local office for that national program and ask about applying, what they have. Some states, I think there's about 30 states that still have money, okay? But in addition to that, every state has other grant money. Every city has other grant money. Like where I live, there are, I think, 180 programs that have grant money to help you pay rent so you're not evicted. So that's 180 programs. Man, see, I mean, you have to learn that system. You could sit and bitch and moan and say the world is not fair or whatever, but that's still these people want you out of there because they're gonna make more money if they get rid of you. So you have to use this system, and the help is out there to have a fair fight. If you don't use the legal help, then you don't have a fair fight, and you'll probably lose, and you'll get the short end of the stick. So you don't want to do that, and you want to make sure you get the free legal help. It's in every state. It may take you half a dozen phone calls to get the right place or whatever, but man, that could change, mean a whole big difference in whether, you're sitting out in the street for 6 months or whatever. So you want to use these resources. This is what, it's using the tools in our society. It may not be fair, that doesn't matter. The other people know the law and gonna try to use the law to get rid of you. Now, you got to use the law to try to use the law to get rid of them, get them off your back. It's not a fair fight if you don't find out about the law and get that legal help. Otherwise, you're going to get swept into the sidewalk, and you don't want that. Come on, and that's what's neat. I think is that you do have access to these tools. They take some time to learn, but that's okay. It beats sitting in the street for 6 months, and it's there whether you use it or not, so it's not like you're taking it out of somebody's mouth or something like that. Unfortunately, I already got rid of this Monday. Still pending, even judges are involved with siding with the landlords at this point. Well, I hope you make sure you get free legal help. That's what you need. Make sure, okay? My kids and I at a local hotel. Okay, so you have a housing issue. Okay, you go to find FIND help HELP.org, findhelp.org. Put in housing, and start calling those offices. You just don't call 1 or 2 offices and see how they could help you. No, you call 10, 20 offices. It's like getting a job. You don't call 1 or 2 offices or places to work, and if they're not hiring, you can't say there's no jobs. No, there's no jobs where you looked. So you're looking for housing and things like that. Then you get on that list of all the housing, because everybody on that list is not going to charge you money. If you go to Google and try to find housing, people there are going to charge you money because that's what Google is all about. You go to find help and put housing. None of them charge you money. That's what you need. Thanks, Alexa, so much. It's been a rough journey. Oh, hi, Abby. Yeah, so that's right. Go to findhelp.org, see housing, and day after day, like looking for a job, you just keep calling every one of those offices that have housing, even if it's not for you, because they'll know somebody else that may be for you. That they'll know is somebody else. Oh, because they're working in the housing issues, they'll run into other people that they don't need themselves or whatever, but hey, you should call this person over here. I just heard about them and they do this. And that's all. If you're calling people who are doing that now, then you're more likely to run in those kinds of things. And that's the important thing. Please, try to help yourself by making calls. And just don't do anything until you make a call. And it doesn't work, and they'll go and have a cup of coffee, come back and make a call. And then when you make a call, when you make a call, ask them who else to call if they can't help you. And that's what it will do as of now. Well, nice, Abby. I mean, it is. I've been doing this for, 50 years, 60 years. I'm 80, so I've been at least whatever the math is, you know. Uh, so 50 years doing this, I know you get lucky by making a lot of calls. You don't get lucky by hoping somebody's going to come to your door. You get lucky by knocking on a hell of a lot of doors, like getting a job or anything. You're not going to get a job by sitting there and something magic will happen. You know, particularly the tighter the times, the more you have to knock on doors. And so that's what it means. Now you have to find where are the doors to knock. That's right. This is perfect. You go to findhelp or .org or 211.org. Both of those are listings of doors to keep knocking on. Yeah, and that's what's important. What grants can I get in California, and how do you know these grants are real and not scams? Well, number one, if anything says it costs you money, it's not real. And that's it. If you ask them, is it going to cost me money? Then you hang up. They're just scammers. The other way is only go to websites that are .org, O-R-G, or .gov, okay? And that's why one of the best places is start at those two databases, which are findhelp.org or 211.org, okay? Because I think a lot of more bad shit's going to happen in our lives. We're just in turbulent times. So it's how do you make yourself resilient? And resilience is creating energy. Abby, our local social service departments are so close. Yeah, well, then there are other places. You know, that's okay. That's the government office. There are other nonprofit organizations. I was waiting on unemployment payment, which haven't finalized. Well, if you're waiting for it and you can't get them to move, then you call your elected official, Abby, and you go, I will take advantage of my cell phone, like you say, and call until they are time. Perfect. The only way to get rid of you is to solve your problem, because you're going to be there until somebody solves your problem. Yeah, and that's it. And you have to keep increasing your list to say to keep calling more people and ask for more suggestions. Everyone you call, you know, if they don't help you, then ask them for who do you think I should call that may be able to help me. And that's the way out of this thing. And still there's no guarantee. But I know it's a guarantee you'll get nothing if you don't do anything. You can't be guaranteed you'll win the lottery, but man, it's a step up every time you do that. You know, oh, I will do that today. Contact my local officials. Even news, yes, if I have to, just don't want to seem crazy. But I know a lot of us are the same. Yes, no, I know it's hard. You get beat up every day by people, you know, negative things. No, can't help. I mean, that beats you down, and that's it. So get some people around you that like you, because you're probably gonna get more of this. Chad came to Big Creek, Maryland to get some good weed. Oh, I know where Deep Creek, Maryland is. I heard evil spirits from the Matrix respond to Jesus in the English language. Yeah, no, I know where Deep Creek. No, I got it. My son lives in Grants. Is it Grantsville or Grants? Grantsville? Yeah, I've been there. Deep Creek, been there. Yeah. Well, thank you, Abby. Yeah, please just try to keep on the good side or whatever the heck it is. Go to your local library and the librarian at the library and ask them, and the reference librarian. I mean, they may or may not. You have 12 elected officials. If you go to commoncause.org, commoncause.org, and call 12, see what they help. But I think it's better find help, because these are organizations. The elected officials may be able to point you to these nonprofit organizations, but I just start calling them directly and do that. Okay, I got to start. Oh, by the way, we have our the 4th of the month. We have 3 more days to apply to $70,000. So if you remember, Abby, anybody else, Chad, is remember to apply to our August 4th giveaway. $70,000 we're giving out. Man, we do this every month. Yeah, because if we make a profit, we give it back to the members. So we want to make sure that you apply to these. And we also give out $500 for car repair, and we give out free laptop computers on the 30th. So that's on the 4th of the month, the 20th of the month, and the 30th of the month. Every month we give out $70-some thousand. Yeah, I can't believe I'm doing that, but it feels good to be able to help people. And I'm very grateful, and it's the nicest feeling in the world to think that, you know, I created income to help somebody else's life a little bit better. Pristine's Flooring. I'm born and raised here in California. I just so experienced to live here now, and I feel that we were to move out of state, I'll never afford to move back. Probably. I don't know your situation, but whatever, you got to make those decisions yourself. But if it's all about creating income, you know. So if the best place to start that, and especially now is the easiest way, is go to your careeronestop.org, careeronestop.org, and put in your zip code, make an appointment with a local career expert, and they'll help you get trained to get a better job. Okay, there's a lot of training money out there. Now you don't have to pay to get the skills to get a higher paying job. So that's the first thing you should do, because that'll last forever. I mean, that's, you know, getting skills to get higher income to get out of a lower income job. I mean, that's the best way to do it. So it's going to take a few months maybe, but you can probably get it all paid for, no problem. So you go to careeronestop.org, okay?